get to know each other. So I just want to welcome everyone to the 2017 Volunteer Orientation. You're here, you've made it. I know it's a little packed. We are really excited to see a big crowd here. Our volunteers are the lifeblood of Harbor WildWatch, and you're going to hear us say that as staff members over and over again, because you are what make our programs great. We're going to go a little bit over some of the details tonight at your orientation, but just to start off, know how incredibly important you are to inspiring stewardship to over 30,000 people in the South Sound community each year. So thank you all for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. This first photo that we have here, you'll see one of our staff members, Rachel Easton, is leading a beach walk. And is this a public program?
Yeah, that's okay.
So this is a public program at Penrose, I believe. Yeah, Penrose Point State Park, which is out on the Key Peninsula. And you can see there are adults, there are children. These are individuals that have come to the beach, and we're providing hands-on interpretation. So leading them down the beach, talking about different donations and different habitats, the specific animals that live in those habitats, how to help protect those animals, how to care for them. So these are all things that you will learn. And this is really just a small part of volunteering. We have a lot of different opportunities available. But before we get too far into everything, I'm going to give you a little bit of an agenda tonight. We're eating pizza, more is coming, don't worry. We're going to introduce you to the staff and our volunteer committee that many of them are here with you tonight. We'll do a little bit of a history of Harbor WildWatch so you get kind of the basic information about who we are and what we do. Then Franco's going to lead us on an icebreaker, so again, getting to know each other a little bit more. And then Rachel is going to take us through our volunteer expectations and the packets that you have in front of you. And Stina will lead us through some fun education advocacy, and then we'll end with some upcoming programs. So that is what it looks like. We'll be done by 8 o'clock. All right, so meet the team. My name is Lindsay Stover. I'm the Executive Director of Harbor WildWatch. I know, my last name has recently changed, so people are still getting used to me saying that. I am as well. Next we have Rachel Easton, and she is our Education Director. Rachel is actually going to be celebrating her 10-year anniversary with Harbor WildWatch this year. So pretty exciting. And she has a new scientist, budding scientist with her, and another one. Let's see. Next we have Jennifer Beard. Jennifer is in the back. She's our development associate, and so she'll talk a little bit later tonight about the Steward Club. All of our volunteers are members of our Steward Club, and so she's going to be your main point of contact for the fun activities that we provide as part of that membership. And then we have Stina Troyer. Stina is our science specialist. She also heads up our citizen science program, so if you're interested in getting involved with actually collecting data and helping to create a baseline for biodiversity in South Puget Sound, she's the person that you talk to. And we have Franco Ramos. Franco, many of you might have met him a couple of summers ago. He started out as an intern with us when he was a college student. It turned into a naturalist position this last year, and we are very, very excited to bring Franco on as a full-time staff member starting April 1st. So very exciting. Franco led last year Science Saturdays at the Scansey House and did an incredible job. So we're actually transitioning. Somebody asked earlier who was the volunteer coordinator. So that used to be a role that Rachel filled, and Jennifer did a little bit as well. Well, we have found that we need to create a whole position for this. So Franco is going to be our program and volunteer coordinator. So he will help keep everybody up to date on what's coming up with volunteer activities, and then also scheduling our student and public workshops. And then Anthony is not here with us tonight. He is primarily dives with us. He's our dive coordinator. And he also is a naturalist with the Sea Stars and Beyond program, which is one of our youth programs. So he's here in spirit. But he is also a full-time CPA, so he's doing a lot of that right now. Okay, and we actually don't have any board members here. But just so you know, these are our board members. So important volunteers that we rely on for governance, making sure that we stick with our strategic plan, and of course volunteers help us do a lot. So you might recognize some of these faces, and we're really excited to have a couple new people. Mary Buell started out as a volunteer at the Visitor Center and has become a board member now, so really excited about that. And we're always looking for additional board members. We actually have 3 vacancies right now. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would encourage you to talk to me sometime tonight or email me, give me a phone call, and we can talk a little bit about what that looks like. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our amazing volunteer committee. So these are individuals who have been with us for some time now. Dawn, how long have you been a volunteer?
Either 8 or 9 years.
All right, so wave for everybody. Dawn Davenport is in the back. And then, of course, we have Liz Spigals. She checked you in today. Jane Frazier is not here with us tonight, but she helps keep us organized as well. And Julie Gonzalez, she has just come on in the last few months as being our teen coordinator. So we have a youth program that is from about 8 to 12 years old, and then once they finish there, they can become, a full-fledged teen volunteer. We wanted to get them more involved with social activities, projects, so she's going to be heading that up for us. So very excited to have her on board. And she has 2 students that have gone through our Sea Stars and Beyond program are now eligible to be those teen volunteers, although they're not quite teenagers yet. She always reminds me of that. They're not teens. Okay, so just quick, many of you, just quick show of hands. How many of you are returning volunteers? Okay, so a lot of new people here. Great, so it's important that I make sure that you understand our mission. So Harbor WildWatch, we were founded back in 2004 by a local resident who was just concerned about the health of our natural resources. I'll tell a quick story that goes along with it. She had a home right on Gig Harbor Bay and went to one of these box stores to figure out what stain would be good on her deck that would be environmentally friendly. And so she went and asked, and the associate said, well, don't worry, the water will just wash it away. And she went, her husband was a former state park ranger in the Everglades, and so she knew a little bit about water quality and all of that. And so she decided that Gig Harbor needed a little bit more education when it came to marine and just environmental stewardship. So our mission is to inspire stewardship for Puget Sound, and we do that by providing environmental education opportunities to the people in our community. Our ultimate vision is to really be a catalyst for environmental education. So that's why we do a lot of youth programs. We have a teen mentor. We have volunteers that we're helping to train and educate, because then we want all of you to go out and spread that message beyond our doors. So you really are ambassadors in helping us accomplish our mission. So thank you. Let's see, we again started in 2004, and we just started with a few touch tank programs. So how many people have seen our touch tanks at different events? All right, so the plastic bins that we have either divers or beach monitors go around and collect animals, put them inside for a short period of time. It's temperature controlled, all of that to make sure that our animals are safe. We have a permit to do it. It started out with just a few programs. I think we did 2 programs in the first year, like 750 people. And then it started to gain a little bit of momentum. We started developing interpretive signs. We now have 13 interpretive signs around Gig Harbor and Key Peninsula community, 3 of which was just installed last year that Stina designed and drew on her own. That are beautiful. They're in Donkey Creek if you haven't seen them yet. We then published the first edition of the natural history book that you have called Puget Sound's Wild Side. And all of our new volunteers, most of our new volunteers got that tonight. The first edition was called Gig Harbor's Wild Side. So the edition that you have is actually the 4th rendition of it. Let's see. We then started to develop new programs, public programs, and youth programs that I'll talk about in a second. But we moved into our first public office space back in 2014. Which is now our home down at the Scansy House right in downtown Gig Harbor. We're really excited that we're opening up a brand new exhibit on March 2nd. It's going to be incredible. You're all going to want to come by and see it. Really fun stuff, including a 100-gallon touch tank, a augmented reality sandbox. Where's Jen? Oh, okay. Rachel's husband's been helping big time with that. And as well as a great whale display, just incredible exhibit that's going to be open soon. So all in all, for the last several years, we have delivered over 600 programs to over 30,000 people in the community. And we've sustained those numbers for 3 years now, with the help of full-time staff and volunteers like you. So, I believe, tell you just a little bit about the general program. So, we basically have two sets of programs, our public programs and our youth programs. So for our public, Get Your Feet Wet, those are our touch tank programs. You see a lot of festivals and in the parks. The other side of that program are beach walks. The first photo that I showed you where Rachel had people out at the state park beaches. We also have Peer Into the Night program, which happens in the winter. So we have scuba divers that go down with a HD camera with a live feed to the surface so you can see what's happening at night in Big Harbor Bay. As I mentioned, we have a citizen science program where we do not only biodiversity monitoring on 8 local beaches, but they're also looking for oyster recruitment and water quality and a number of fish seining, a number of really cool citizen science. We even added this last year citizen science for our scuba divers, counting juvenile rockfish, which is pretty fun for our divers to get involved in another aspect. And then of course the education that we provide at our office, Miss Fancy House. For our youth programs, Harbor Outreach Program is our longest running youth program. That's actually 20 different classroom STEM workshops that we provide free of charge to our local schools. And that's actually K through 20 now. We're just this last year started doing programs for the local college as well. So all age levels there.
What is this?
Our Explorer series is where we actually take kids from the classroom and take them out to 3 different locations, either a beach, an estuary, or a wetland. And so we're really trying to get them to take that knowledge they learn inside the classroom and apply it in the field. Sea Stars and Beyond is our junior naturalist training program. That's the one I told you from 8 to 12 years old. We'll even be piloting a younger group this year for our sea squirts, as we're calling them. And then finally our internship. So we have high school students that will sometimes intern with us for different projects. Also adult or college interns, which is where we found Franco. So a fun program that again helps contribute to our vision of being a catalyst for environmental education. So I think with that, yes, my portion is done. So just on behalf of the whole staff and the board of directors, thank you so much for being here. Tonight is really going to be about orientation, getting to know Harbor WildWatch, and the next trainings that we have will be more on the beach and the animals. But for right now, Franco's going to lead us in a little icebreaker. So thank you.
So again, thank you all for coming here. So it'd be wonderful if you all are lifeblood of the program.